That's my Scottish
There's
host.
a host.
It says Lewis, Mark, Ben, and Mark.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's my fault.
You got a lot of work. A lot of work
Fucking
tonight.
hell. Am I playing?
Efforts must be doubled, Mark.
Okay.
Smario.
Oh, Jesus.
Okay, now I need to go live on the video. I don't need to go.
At least I never done the password after we went live.
Yeah, that's true.
But Ben
So
was
for anyone,
recording the fucking audio.
Yeah, Ben.
well, you know,
I'm sorry, I'm swearing a lot. Episode 43.
Yes.
Yep.
Can I just a
working
little
title.
bit of a question? I put down in my pickup the lock-on journal. Shall I can delete that if we're not going to talk about it.
No, keep it in.
Yes.
It's fine.
Keep it in.
Keep it in.
All right.
Keep it in. Yeah,
All
all
right,
the guys have
nice.
been in it. It's a good one.
Yeah, cool.
Remember?
Did you get that? In fact, I'll wait. I'll wait to ask any questions. on
Okie
it.
dokie. Okie dokie.
Okay, dokie.
Okie dokie.
That's quite good. That's better than Ben's. Take that how you will, Ben.
Okay, dokie. Okay, dokie, pal. See you, pal. I'll fucking batter you.
That's quite good.
Come on.
That's quite a good like fife.
Oh, that's what I was going for.
Was it?
Hey, you. That's the best I've got.
It's just
Hey!
acid reflux.
All right. I didn't have a Burger King before. I love how you automatically jumped to the fact that I was sending a picture of my Uber and also automatically assumed it was Uber Eats like a fat cunt. I was like, cheers, Ben.
Yeah.
Thanks, mate. Cheers, mate. Arsehole. Although we'll have a nice pesto pasta getting delivered to me, and I poured that like a nonce. That's all. Anyone got a flake?
Oh, come on.
Nice.
Got the air out of it. It's fine. We're live, by the way. Hello, Alex.
Hi.
Hello, Alex.
Has anyone else's parents got like a weird obsession with printing out photos?
Nope.
Mine have.
Don't think so.
Any picture of some of dad now is like under duress, like of being printed out on some sort of like inanimate object. So that's
Right,
what. Yeah, so it's one I took a Soph and Jesse
Oh, yeah.
on like a little.
Oh.
But
On
every
a beer mat.
yeah, on a beer mat, and then he took.
Nice.
I was like, all right, that's nice. I'll just stick my fucking can on top of that now. It's weird. I don't like it. It's strange. Sorry, Dad. You're not gonna watch, but
The one and only time he watches. How dare you belittle my gift?
We did just lose a viewer. I wonder if that's
yeah, that makes sense.
very, very odd.
Awkward. Let's find out who it is. Lewis knows already. Lewis is like the bloodhound of the gang. I knew it was. I had all 25 marked out. I've got a spreadsheet.
I've got it. It's a filthy habit. Worse than smoking.
One of many.
What's this vibrating? Are you moving your
What is
mic?
Yeah, sorry, I was just repositioning my mic.
Ah, okay.
Some bodging off.
You've some.
Was repositioning my mic.
Repositioning my mic.
There's the title. There you go. Don't have to listen for far. Deciding what the title of the episode is.
Spicy Sky Raisins.
Hmm.
Oh, I thought you were going to say like Spicy Skyrim, man.
Oh, yeah.
August.
Live.
We absolute guys. Blah 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 blah.
Looks good. Right, you've put me up the top right corner.
Ben, I have
that
a
a bad
question
thing?
for you.
Do you want to be anywhere
Nope.
else?
I'm just going to change my background to be more purple. So, oh no, it changes, doesn't it?
It does, mate. Yeah, a bit weird.
I could just try and change the color in tandem with the stream.
What I can't.
I know it. Just sort out the fucking monstrosity behind you instead of the
Unused
this-
Peloton.
This old thing.
this. You still got a real bike.
Sorry, I didn't realise it was there. Oh, you've moved your bike to make it look like it's been used. That's clever.
It got used the other day, and I cycled into work and back, and it was horrible. Yeah, horrible.
How far is it?
10 kilometers, so about half an hour, 25 minutes ish. So
Not bad.
yeah,
It's
Nice
alright.
wee cycle.
it's all right, but the way on the way on the way there it's fine. A lot of it's downhill, but on the way back it's a lot uphill. And I was trying to beat my time, and I just about beat it, and then I was like not getting on the bike for another 5 days after this because one, my bum hole was in tatters. and then 2.
Then you got on the bike.
Yeah, no. Great, thank you. And then I got on the bike, and then my knees were in tatters as well. So. Eamon's in the chat. Morning. Oh,
Hi.
you quirky man. You quirky man. I don't know what to, I feel like I should do something. Just like, I'm so excited.
Listen,
Should we
give
go
us a
live?
song.
Go
Give us
live.
a song.
Oh, we are. Yeah. Okay. I'm ready. Lewis, are you ready? We need
Start recording.
we need to record, don't we? God,
We do.
this is a podcast, isn't it?
It is.
Oh, wait there. Oh, wait there. I turned it. I see you put a web address into the show notes there, Ben. I turned it into a hyperlink for everybody for ease.
Ooh.
Not a courtesy that you extended to us, but you know, just trying to help out. Mark's moving his mic again.
I'm moving my mic again. Yeah. Sorry, guys. Want to get it right. I want to get it right.
You're also. I assume you're in the same room, but you're just at a different. You're in a different location.
We've had to move stuff around because we had someone come and stay, and so it doubles as like a second room.
Are they there now? Hello, person.
They're gone. They're gone.
We had to move all the kids out.
I know, it was a fucking mission. I just kill them all and get new ones.
He hasn't actually been out of the sun. He just hasn't washed the blood off.
It's like Nicolas Cage in whatever that film was, where he just had blood all over him. Pretty much every film.
A lot of them.
Right?
Quite a lot.
Yeah.
Okay. Audacity. I am recording.
Oh. I am recording.
Mine's
am I.
coming through the right microphone. Yeah, it is. Oh, what should we do? What should we say to get started?
We need to do a clap.
A
don't we?
clap.
Oh, okay.
Almost. Let's be real.
Let's do it. 3, 2, 1.
That was good.
Sexy.
Mm, bang
That was
on.
all right. Bang on doesn't mean bang on in Liverpool. That means bad. That's
Really?
bang
Really?
on that lad. Yeah.
Oh, God.
Yeah. No.
That's spot on. Bob on.
Spot on. Blob on's fine. Blob on can be another thing as well. Let's start the podcast.
Kept you waiting. Sucks.
Hello there, and welcome to You An Absolute Bastard.
Yes.
Oh, that's got to happen. Every week.
Oh, what a bastard.
Lewis, blob on, for God's sake.
Blob on. Come on. Let's just pretend that Dan wasn't being a fanny. Hello there, and welcome to CrossCast, episode 43, recorded live on YouTube on Friday, 13th of August, 2021. My name is Lewis, and today I'm joined by 3 absolute guys. The first of them being, what would you do if you were young and beautiful and had a big bottle of champagne? Crack that thing open, pour yourself a glass, sit down in your favourite wingback and get lost in a good book. This is a daily occurrence, Monday to Friday. For Mark. Hi, Mark.
Hey, Lewis, how you doing, man?
Not bad, not bad. You?
Yeah, really good.
Lovely stuff, lovely. Next up, freshly sluiced and ready for action. He goes by many names. This is already well off the rails. Goes by many names. Aladdin, Crevice, the Maitre D, Bollock, Peppercorn, Keith, but we know him as his slippery bugger.
Peppercorn.
What a fucking write-off this is.
Oh God, how much have you had to drink?
Oh,
Lewis?
just one beer. Just one beer.
Fucking hell. Hi.
Yeah, 1 beer and 5 whiskies.
Yeah. It's a Friday night. We're partying.
Yeah,
It's
let's
party
go
night,
crazy.
you know.
Let's get freaky.
Let's just get through this fucking last one. Last but by no means least, fructose, sucrose, glucose, and everything like those. These were ingredients used to make a boy, the perfect boy. Yet thus Daniel Ward was born.
Hello!
Dun, 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 dun.
Dun, dun,
yeah.
dun, 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 dun. Wow, I'm making it move. Dun, 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 dun. Sorry.
How well
And
done?
how much have you had?
Yeah,
to
how
drink
much have you
then?
had, Dan?
I've had 6 pints, Ben. I'm
Fucking
fresh.
hell.
I literally am freshly sluiced, which is not the best thing. The audio and video are not going well at the moment. It
Fucking tell me about the audio.
seems like the video has somehow like worked itself out a little bit, but it keeps on going quite janky, and it's apparently due to the bit rate is lower than the recommended bit rate. We recommend that you use to stream a bit rate of 4,500, so I don't know how to do that while I'm still midstream, and I don't know whether or not I should bail out a bit.
That would mean Lewis having to redo his intro.
I mean,
Shame.
that's a lovely little treat for those watching.
Hmm.
It
We
could
could
be.
try and we could start. Starting, we could go again.
We could go again. It's weird because I don't really. It's just janky in a weird way. Seems to be fine now. Alex says it's better now, which is okay. But there's no TVs or anything on in the house, which shouldn't.
I
be
mean,
good.
it sounds good.
Audio's fine. It's just stream's current bit rate is lower than the recommended bit rate. We recommend that you stream bit rate of 4,500. That's not happened before, and the errors that I'm getting, I've not had before, which is again equally as weird. But I don't know.
Shall we stop and start, and we can post that little nugget at the start for
Yeah, I reckon
patrons
so.
that weren't
I reckon so.
here?
If that's okay with you guys, I'll stop the stream
Yep.
for very, very quickly. Alex and Eamon, because I think they're the only two, according to the stats, that are actually watching at this point. And then we'll be back in 35 seconds. So let's try that.
Okay.
Okay. Sorry. Again. We'll continue in the
Would it-
audio.
Did they say it was only iffy after the intro?
No, it wasn't. It was half come through weird, which I don't really know why. Okay, I'm just trying. Okay, so that should be good quality now for the guys. And if I quickly go for a wee, grab another beer. So I've got 3 then in front of me.
Ben's got
Is that-
shorts on.
What the
Them
fuck?
legs. Look at them legs.
It's just come out with a Huel.
Oh,
I know, it's Peloton. Fucking hell.
Did the bike come with that, or did you buy that as a little extra?
He just made it himself. Nail varnish.
Ben, did you buy that as an extra, mate, or did it come with it?
I bought it when I bought all the apparel
Ah,
a few months ago.
wow. Dedication. So that's just so you can like be at a local cafe and you're just wearing all the apparel and you've got your bottle and stuff. But yeah.
I just carry water in the bottle to pour over myself and make it look like I'm just
Yeah.
at workout.
In slow motion. Slow motion video.
Oh, I don't know. Crazy cycle this morning, guys. Crazy.
Nice one, man.
I didn't.
Oh, okay.
Not this morning.
Well, in that case,
Every day last week. I just haven't done any this week.
How far are you going? What
It's just
distance?
there.
No, what distance are you doing?
I don't know, like 10 miles.
that's all right. It's
At a
good.
time. Like
How long does that take you?
half an hour.
It's all right, yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I get a good sweat on.
The thing I like about cycling is that you can like pedal once or twice and it takes you quite a long way.
Oh, that was quite profound. That sounded like a metaphor for life.
It wasn't meant to. It was meant.
Yeah,
it
I
was
know.
meant to be. It was,
More of an insult. But yeah, no, it doesn't work with that, Lewis. If you stop cycling, baby, you just stop. And that probably is a metaphor for life as well, isn't it?
are you
Oh.
up past the first setting yet, or are you still?
When are they adding those video games, like the gaming features that I saw.
I don't know, but I have been looking into how to hack it so I can put Game Pass on it.
Have you really?
Yeah.
That's genius.
There is a way, so I could sit there working out whilst using that massive screen to.
Nice. To its best effect.
There's a game called Ring Fit Adventure. You might be interested.
That is
on
great.
The Switch.
Have you guys got that?
I
got
did
it.
have it. I saw.
I do really like it.
I didn't enjoy it at all.
Oh, okay.
Not
Well,
fair.
I guess on your Peloton you can just sit there, whereas with the Ring Fit you actually had to like do shit. So that's probably
Are we
Later.
starting a recording again?
Go for
yeah.
it.
Now we're just throwing insults around already.
Good idea.
Are we ditching
no
our
idea.
recording? Because to be fair, I probably laughed just as hard. I've ditched it. Okay, I am recording again and ready for a clap.
Just rip,
Oh,
rip
right.
it for the YouTube or the Skype.
Yeah,
Rip it.
Skype will work.
Rip it. Rip it.
Rip it real good. Dun 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 dun. Rip it.
Okay, I'm recording again.
Me too.
I'm
Mark?
ready to clap.
Yeah. Well,
You-
hold on. Let me just kill in
Do
my
you know what?
audio.
This could all
restarting.
just be part of the Patreon podcast, couldn't it?
Yeah.
Really?
Just
We've got.
Should we just carry on? Not bother a CrossCast? Just like
I've ju-
Just,
Just-
you're the paying customers.
just riff for a while.
Service. What were you waiting on?
Mark.
No, sorry. It's all started. My Audacity's back up.
Oh, okay.
Ready for another clap?
Yes.
I can't get over how red your face is, Mark.
I
Have you been wearing sunglasses?
Yeah, you can see the sun.
know.
Fucking
It's
panda man.
sunglasses, Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah. Pretty bad. Fuck you all. I shall get my revenge in Mario.
Oh dear.
Yeah, no, I
If we make it
deserve
that far.
it. No, we won't make it that far.
Okay, ready.
Re-
3, 2, 1.
Bang on.
Right. Okay. Bang on.
I assume we're going.
I'm about to do the intro. I just don't
Oh,
know.
okay.
Nothing's as poignant as blob on, which
Blob on. Oh, Christ. Christ almighty.
okay. Here we go. Intro. Blob on.
Kept you waiting. Sucks. Kept you waiting.
Hello there, and welcome to CrossCast episode 43, recorded live on YouTube on Friday, 13th August 2021. My name is Lewis, and today I am joined by 3 absolute guys. The first of them being, what would you do if you were young and beautiful and had a big bottle of champagne? Crack that thing open, pour yourself a glass, sit down in your favourite wine back and get lost in a good book. This is a daily occurrence, Monday to Friday. For Mark. Hi, Mark.
Hello, Lewis. How you doing?
Hi, I'm good.
Deja-
I'm good,
Deja
thank
vu,
you.
my friend.
Just
Deja
a little
vu.
bit. Feel like we've done this before. Next up, freshly sluiced and ready for action. He goes by many names: Aladdin, Crevice, the Maitre d', Bollock, Peppercorn, Keith. But we know him as the slippery bugger, Ben. Hi, Ben.
Hello. Hi.
Are you well?
Indeed. Are you?
I'm well, thank you. Just if you can please take a little note, remind me to never ever put the word bollock in an intro again.
Is that the
That
one
would
that
be-
gets you off?
Yeah.
Sets you off. Sorry.
It sets me off. Blob one. Next up, last but by no means least, I apologise. Fructose, sucrose, glucose, and everything like those. Those were ingredients used to make a boy, the perfect boy. Thus, Daniel Ward was born. Hi.
Hi everybody. Hope you're well.
Hi.
Hi every guys.
Hi.
It's me, Dan. Yeah, your favourite knobhead.
Who is your favourite knobhead? Why is it Dan? We're all well then. We're all well?
Yeah.
Really well. You?
Excellent, excellent. I am over the moon. Today is the first day of a 2-week holiday. So
Christ.
I am very happy.
Going anywhere nice or staying in Scotland?
I'm staying in Scotland, you absolute scumbag. You led me down that garden path and I followed you. You just wait until you're up here next week, Ben. You just wait.
What?
Up here.
Anyway, what we're all drinking? Dan, what have you got?
Pasta. I'm drinking my Jubel peach beer, normal, in a glass. I've
Yeah.
also got Club Tropicana. And I've also got I don't even know what that one is.
Oh,
McKellar.
that's interesting.
Yeah. That is a do stuff together New England Pale Ale. And it's got no flavour to it, it's just New England Pale Ale. That's alright.
Nice.
Lovely.
Ben?
I am drinking just a gin and tonic.
That is a precarious little glass you've got there.
It's not. It's so weighty. We've had this discussion before. This is old ground to us. We've covered this.
I can't remember that stuff.
It's good, but that's
That
the
doesn't remember
last
you
of the
say.
gin. So if I need another drink, I think the only thing left I can have is a White Russian.
Okay.
So
Shame
Wow.
you only bought that. You only bought that bottle on Monday. Mark, what have you got?
Well, I had a couple of beers earlier, so I'm on a non-alcoholic one. I've got a Punk AF Brewdog.
I am partial to non-alcoholic beer. Quite nice. I've had that before as well. It's nice.
nice, but
Not too
ultimately
shabby.
pointless.
Ultimately pointless.
Are you driving tonight?
I
You've
will
had a
be
couple
driving.
of beers. You can't.
I'll be driving later, yeah.
Just doing
And I've
donuts
got-
in the garden.
They're around lunchtime. I've probably done okay.
I think you're okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
Help your sister.
You got some Beavertown there, I see, Lewis.
I do. Yeah. Beavertown.
Shows Beaver.
Lil Lupaloid, or whatever it's called. That one there.
Nice.
The one in the
It's alright,
bottom
that
can. And the one behind the Tramp's curtain is double Joker. So if I feel like I'm already setting myself off now,
Wow.
this absolute monster is going to get opened later. Had to be very careful how I word that.
Not euphemism, just
Very, very.
once open.
Okay. Shall we jump into the new news? Tonight, the headlines. Indie World Rundown, Xbox announcements, and there's been a Pokemon Presents announcement. Those are headlines for tonight. First up, the Indie World Rundown. Was that yesterday at time of recording, or was it day before?
Yes.
Yesterday.
Was
Yes.
yesterday. It was.
Thursday.
Can confirm.
Can confirm. Right, so I have here a list of the games that were announced. I'm going to run through them quickly, and then we can chat over ones that pique your interest / you're interested in. So in order, I'm using GamesRadar.com for this, so thank you. Games Radar, I guess. Bomb Rush Cyberpunk, Tome, Loop Hero, Far Changing Tides, Necrobarista, Final Pour, Garden Story, Boyfriend Dungeon, Axiom Verge 2, Shovel Knight Pocket Dungeon, Islanders Console Edition, Metal Slug Tactics, Tetris Effect Connected, Astroneer, 100 Days Winemaking Simulator, Ben game. Slime Rancher, Plortable Edition, Lumberjack,
Plortable.
Plortable, yep. Blob on, Curious Expedition 2,
Blob
Gang
on.
Beasts,
Blob
and
on.
Eastward. So a couple of us, I wouldn't say live streamed it, but we jumped on Discord and had a conversation when it was live, when the presentation was on. So going through that, I don't know if you went back to watch it. Is there anything that jumped out initially, or anything that you have since become more interested in?
I was one of those people who watched it alongside you, Lewis, and
yes.
kind of you, Dan. You were there on the call. I mean, Luke Piro, I was obviously very happy to see that, being a big fan of it, and the reason I spent £600 on a Stream Deck. Steam Deck. So that I was very chuffed to see. I also thought that Shovel Knight Pocket Dungeon
Did you?
looked pretty cool.
I didn't think you sounded convinced yesterday.
Yeah. Oh, listen back, Lewis. I think you'll find I was very convinced. And also what was the other bastarding one that looked good? Tetris Effect Connected.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Crossplay enabled. So whatever platform you're on, can jump into a multiplayer.
Nice.
Looked awesome. And there was one other that has escaped my mind that I was Metal Slug Tactics.
Yep.
Yeah.
Looked incredible. The art style is very, very cool, and love a little tactical kind of strategy-based game. So
Yeah.
wonderful.
Weird with Metal Slug, because we kind of all agreed it was something that was missing from our gaming zeitgeist. I don't think anyone on that group, there was like 6 of us watching it, had played a Metal Slug. I don't know, Mark, if you've played it before. Or
I've touched on them a couple of times, but not been fully into it. No, I couldn't say it was. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, no, they're all right. I mean, I just like side-scrolling, shoot 'em up type games.
Like
As the
kind
ones
of
I
run
played.
and gun sort of.
Yeah, that's it. Kind of
Contra
run and gun.
style. Yeah, I'm surprised I
Massive
haven't played them.
mech things, and you're very small relative to them. Yeah, they're all right, but didn't really grab me when I played them as a kid. But yeah, this looked really good. Love it.
Yeah, I mean, for me, I think the biggest surprise was the Metal Slug game. Like Metal Slug Tactics. Like I'd never played, heard of it obviously, but in the last few years, become quite enamored with the SRPGs, or whatever you want to call them. It looks really cool. The art style's lovely. Other one for me was Axiom Verge 2, which was released yesterday and I bought, but I haven't had a chance to play it yet. Bought and played the original and really enjoyed it. It's almost like a carbon copy, a love letter to Super Metroid. And this, I believe, is a prequel. So
Yes.
really keen to dive in and see what that's all about.
cool. I'm obviously very excited by Eastward.
Yeah.
Mark and I think we played it at EGX, didn't we? Like, God knows how many years ago, like 4 years ago.
I think you wouldn't let anyone else play it, mate. You were stuck on that chair. I was just standing behind you. You were just locked in. And I think I've got like a photo of the back of your head with just your head, and then it says Ward next to it.
I'm happy you said that while we were playing the game, and not later on in the evening after the curry.
I got plenty of those as well.
As well,
videos. Yeah.
You've seen my tattoo. In terms of the game itself, it's gorgeous looking. Obviously published by Chucklefish. Pix Pill, I think it's the dev. He says reading it on the screen. And then, like, really simply, I quite like the features element on the website if you go on it. So, first one, single player, dual character adventure RPG with puzzle solving and dungeon elements, which sounds like an absolute dream to me. Join John and Sam in their emotional journey across a world falling to ruin. Meet a quirky cast of characters, encounter strange monsters and distant cities. Beautifully rich pixel art, create use of a combination of modern 3D lighting and retro pixel style artwork, which looks absolutely insane. And then the soundtrack's by Joel Korelitz, who did the unfinished one. I never know how to say it. Gorogoa,
Gorogoa, I think. Yeah.
Gorogoa.
Korahoa.
Gorogoa. And then tomorrow, Children as well, with sound design from Irish studio Hyperduck Soundworks. It just seems like a really premium indie offering. You can get it on Steam at the moment for 20 quid. I can get it pre-ordered on Switch for roughly about the same. It seems like a no-brainer. It seems like it's going to be one of those games that people just rave about when it hits. And I get the impression they've been waiting for the right time to release it rather than it not being finished. So yeah, really, really excited by it. And the fact it's been featured in the Indie Direct and we played it makes me feel quite cool. So yeah, it's cool. I like that one.
Lovely. Smarty Mark?
Yeah, was super keen on Eastwood as well. This felt like the strongest Indie Direct for me in quite some time.
Yeah,
like the last few, I mean, they used to be like bangers straight out. I'm at early days with the Switch. I'm getting really excited about some of the Indie Directs and just games just dropping day and date, like Hollow Knight just coming out of the blue, just shadow dropping. This had quite a few nice shadow drops. Garden Story, which looks quite interesting in a Zelda-y sort of way. Look, I'm waiting to see some reviews of that. I might pick it up because I tend to pick up most of the Zelda likes that there are out there. Islanders looks like a super chill little game, like a sort of island management game. It's almost like a meditative experience where you're dropping you're creating your town, but it's very relaxed and you're just trying to sort of get a perfectionist setup going on. It's a bit like watching Dan try and set up his desk before we record these. Loop, yeah, a beer here. Loop Hero. Loop Hero, I've heard a lot of good things. Looking at it, I'm a bit scared of it because it looks like Undertale and I didn't gel with Undertale.
It's nothing like Undertale.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Don't worry.
It just sort of vaguely looks like it, so I was a bit scared. I've been hearing Lewis is all excited about this boyfriend dungeon. Is that right?
Yeah.
Why fight with a sword when you can date one?
Great tagline.
Did you write that, Lewis?
No, I never. But whoever did needs to be paid more money.
Yeah, that is good. Anyone? No one's mentioned Jet Set Radio. I mean, sorry, Bomb Rush Cyberpunk.
Yeah,
well, we said this on the at the time, didn't we? When we were watching it, none of us had actually played or enjoyed Jet Set Radio that much. I remember thinking it was pretty shallow. I only played the original on the Xbox. I think Jet Set Radio, not on the Dreamcast, and then Jet Set Radio Future came out on the Xbox. So I think that was supposed to be quite good. But yeah, I mean, it looks basically exactly the same as that.
Yeah.
Or Jet Grind Radio for our American listeners.
Oh, okay.
It's more, I think, if you're spoiled by the fact that you've got a PlayStation and a modern console, like Spider-Man, no-brainer. In terms of the traversal and the way that the game works, it's really, really cool that people are using that aesthetic and running with it. But I'm kind of a similar mindset where it didn't really work back in the day, so I'm quite curious to see what they're going to do different. But did anybody see the Indie World graphic that they released in terms of all of the different parts of the country? Globe, where all the games.
Oh no, I didn't see that one. No.
It's really, really cool. I'll post the thing into our WhatsApp group so you can have a see. If you want to come to the WhatsApp group, you can still join patreon.com/thecrossPlayers, where you will now get this infographic that I'm now posting. But it was really interesting. Like, as in, I sent it to the Patreon group. Yeah, really, really interesting in terms of like which area. So Eastwards from like somewhere in Europe, Tetris effects from part of. I'm terrible at the globe when it's not got an image of it, or words next to it where it is. And then like spattering of different places. Like Boyfriend Dungeon seems to be from like North America in some place. Different places in South America, like Shovel Knight, Pocket Dungeon, Axiom Verge, Slime Rancher, Garden Story, Astrea, they're all there. And then Loop Hero is like bang in the middle of Europe. But it was really, really cool. It was a weird thing for Nintendo to share as well, which I thought was quite cool.
Yeah.
Well, they were doing quite a lot of like showcasing the devs, in the actual Indie Direct itself, which was pretty cool. And like, look, I'll just finish off. Like Lewis, I'm really excited about Axiom Verge 2. Played the original a lot, and the music. It's worth just picking up the original one, or just if you haven't listened to the music from the original game, it is fantastic. It's like the best sort of eerie, Metroid feeling music that you can get, and I'm really excited to play. I've only played like the first half an hour or so of Axiom Verge 2 so far, But yeah, it feels pretty good so far. So excited.
Nice.
Cool.
Okay. Shall we move on to the next topic, the ID Xbox announcements? I'm going to come to you, Ben.
Thanks for that.
Do you know what they are? I don't.
Yeah. So the big one, and obviously we're all big fans of it here. Stardew Valley was announced to be coming to Game Pass in fall 2021, which is autumn. And yeah, that's the big. That was the big takeaway. Stardew Valley coming to Game Pass, but there was also.
Was this the thing that was on Wednesday?
Yes.
The announcement.
It was like a 2 or 3 hour stream on Twitch where they played a lot of the, games and. I mean,
Wow. Wow. Okay.
That's
You know what? It's quite a relief not to have it's the first one of these where it isn't just here's a list of all the amazing games coming out in the next 2 weeks for Game Pass that you haven't got, Mark. So it's quite a relief that it's just
Don't worry, mate.
Valley
Don't
coming
worry,
out
mate.
next year.
We'll get to that. Don't worry. I've got you.
All right, cool.
The other one was Ollie Ollie World. They showed a lot of that.
Just
that
before we
was
do that,
really-
by the way, Stardew Valley being the biggest announcement that came out on 26th of February 2016. That was the initial release date of that game. It's
Coming to Game
insane.
Pass, mate. It's
Comes to
different.
Game Pass. Yeah, who
It's
cares?
exciting. So yeah, Ollie Ollie World looks very cool. Character customization, they went in depth on that, which looks very detailed. I think that's going to be a big release when that comes out.
Yeah.
Better
That's I'll pick that up on Switch. I think that's a day one for me.
Yeah.
All the Ollie World.
And there was also a kind of shadow drop on Game Pass of Library of Ruiner. Don't know if any of you have heard of that, but kind of, I think I get the sense it's like a deck building game, but with a kind of bookish theme to it. I don't know.
Mark's wry smile there. Thinking, are they taking the piss out of me? He's mentioned a book.
Yeah, I don't know much beyond that, but I did have a quick look at it on but some of the reviews on the Xbox page for this game are like, it's too complicated, don't understand it, this is terrible. Played it for 10 minutes, don't understand it. And you could just tell it's like all the Halo guys just like, what is this? I don't have to shoot anything. So yeah, I'll check it out and see if it matches up to the mighty Slay the Spire.
I did like the reveal of the Wandering Village. I think I was just having to Google the name of it, but very like Age of Empires kind of thing, where almost like Discworldian. You're on the back of some giant animal. They've been carried around where you like build your kind of like town and do that kind of stuff. That looked quite cool. That's pretty much it.
Sam and Max Save the World remastered for anyone who likes that sort of thing.
Oh,
Yeah, there you go.
bring it to
I got
Switch,
it. I know
please.
I'd get you in the end.
Well, I was just reading about the drop. You sure it wasn't like this cataclysm?
No.
Grab a deck of cards and face the 4 horsemen of the apocalypse in Cataclysm. Shards of the Fall. I mean, what a name is that? And that was
fantastic.
released as an announcement 3 hours ago on Twitter.
Well, there we go.
Coming out and coming to Xbox soon.
So yeah,
Out now. Sorry.
the problem is, and the reason why this sounds so discombobulated is they're just not as good at presenting as Nintendo, are they? Like,
No.
think how succinct the Indie World presentation is compared to this bloody stream. It's just like, I don't know, they're not as good at generating interest in it in the first place, and the reveals aren't as interesting either. But yeah, there's a few little gems in there anyway. Worth.
But you still sat down and watched it, Ben. What a trooper.
Nope, I just went through the notes afterwards. I
Okay.
don't have that sort of time to watch
Not a
it.
trooper at all. Just a lazy bastard. With no journalistic integrity.
As if that wasn't clear from me going, I was like watching some games. And,
good.
Yeah.
All right, Mark. If there's nothing else on ID Xbox, I think we're safe to come to you.
Well, I've got
Something
very little to say about this as well, mate.
Oh,
except
good.
that,
Oh, good.
Today, a Pokemon Presents, which is like the Direct, Nintendo Direct or Indie World for Pokemon. They have their own special thing because they're that big and exciting and full of monsters. That's on the 18th of August, which is next Wednesday, and they will be showcasing the 3 big games, the 2 that are coming out at the end of the year, which are Pokemon Brilliant Diamond and Shining Pearl, and which are the remakes of the DS games. And then they've got the one I'm probably more excited about, which is Pokemon Legends Arceus. I'm still not 100% how that's being said.
Yeah, I'm going to wait until I hear
Amadeus.
Amadeus. It's Pokemon
Amadeus.
Legends Amadeus. The Beethoven edition. That is being held yes, that's next Wednesday. And I wanted to know, you guys excited about any of those?
I am. Yeah, I think I'm really looking forward to like the next, only because Shield and Sword, they didn't miss the mark, but they weren't, sorry Mark, they weren't too close away from being something that was genuinely interesting and fun about Pokemon. But they were like definitely kind of like a borderline iterative version of what they previously released on the DS's. So yeah, I'm really excited by it. It seems to be this open world kind of Vista game.
That's it. I can't wait to see it as well, because it's been like ages since we saw like a little teaser. I think it was back in like March, April. We saw like a little tease of it, and very, very brief glimpse of the game. So I'm looking forward to seeing like a more fleshed out presentation of it with the graphics and things. And I didn't even buy Sword and Shield because I just felt like that was, because obviously with the Pokemon, the mainline games, they sort of do them every year, and the generation leaps are fairly, the design is fairly iterative. It just sort of builds. But this is the first time we're getting a full open world game, not like the little pocket open world areas from Sword and Shield. So that for me is a big enough reason to sort of, I think with Pokemon, I sort of miss a few and then I jump back in and play one all the way through. And I feel like this is going to be the one that is probably evolved enough for me to, no pun intended, for me to jump in and play it. So
just before we go on to the next thought, I'm just going to stop the streaming again. Don't have to worry about anything. I'm going to stop and restart because I think I figured out what the issue is. In my drunken stupid before, I set 60 FPS, not 30. We'll be back in like 10 seconds.
Because you got the LG CX, didn't you?
I did. Okay, I'm just going to check my CPU is 73%, 64%, 62%. That is fine. We are streaming again. Carry on, chaps. Yeah, so other than Pokemon, I think I'm kind of excited to see what they do in the the hardware space as well. Because like the last bit of like hardware peripheral I got really excited by was like Pokemon Yellow when it came with a little poker tracker thing. And they always come out with batshit crazy like ideas, and it doesn't matter whether it's the Pokeball that was really released for Pokemon Go, whether or not it's like, again, like I said, the Pokemon Yellow tracker. They always come up with something like weird and quirky with the games, and I really, really hope they do that again. I'm really, really keen as well. Like I got a 2DS recently. And Mr. Jeff Hack that lives like a couple of doors down isn't open at the moment to give me a couple of games for free. So I need to buy a couple. And obviously then leveraging Pokemon Home sounds like really fun as well with like what I can do with all of the future games. So yeah, I'm excited. I'm excited by it.
Yeah, I mean, I'm excited by Arceus or whatever you want to call it. I think from the initial gameplay or engine footage that we've seen, there was a lot of criticism on how it looked, and that it just looked like the hardware it was running on couldn't cope. Lots popping awful edges or whatever, I can't remember, but folk were really jumped on it. But that was quite, I assume, quite early in its life, in its development cycle. But I'm also looking forward to Brilliant Diamond and Shining Pearl, having never played the originals. So I know that there's a game people seem to complain about how it looked, and that it moved away from that pixel style design. But I think it's fine. It looks fine. Perhaps enjoy playing that game. So yeah, I'm looking forward to both.
It's just every single Pokemon game now, mainline one, sounds like some sort of prostitute. This is red. This is blue. This is glamorous emerald, or whatever it might be. I don't know.
Yeah.
Weird.
And this is sword. Okay. If there's
Ben?
enough,
Are you interested?
Oh,
You haven't said a lot during
sorry. On you go, Ben. Ben, give us your detailed thoughts right now.
Peloton or Pokemon?
I wouldn't know. I wouldn't know where to start. There's just so much choice,
Left
isn't
leg,
there?
right leg, left, right.
I'm still yet to play Sword, so I'd like to play that first. I'll give that a go. What I will say is, as annoying as all of the Pokemon chat is in our WhatsApp group, I am warming to it slightly. Like my eldest son, well, my two eldest, I was watching them play Pokemon Sword, and it didn't look terrible.
No,
there was something to it that I was like, oh, actually, this could be quite fun. And there has been on more than one occasion I've thought, I just feel like playing something just very easy and brainless, and that looks like it could be that. So yeah, I'm warming to the idea of Pokemon, and one of these days I'll give it a bash. I bought what Pokemon Sun, wasn't it, for the 3DS a couple of weeks ago? So
bought it.
You could loan that to Dan.
If you can.
Good.
Send me Final Fantasy 12 back as well.
That was a gift. So
not quite the same. It's fine. It's okay. Just played it for as long as Mark was away. It's fine.
That's it.
Well,
News-wise.
You might as well. I think you might as well play Sun, Ben. You might enjoy it.
Do you think Sun, or do you think Shield or Sword? Sorry.
Stop saying Sun in front of Mark.
I mean, you've got them all, so just play them all. You do you.
You got to play them all.
Got to play them all, exactly. Let's move on to pick up and play.
Prick. Fucking hell. Where is it? Trying to get in focus. Oh, no, there it is.
Pick up and play, section where we speak about things that we've picked up and just stuff we've played, just bits and bobs.
Lewis, can you explain what this bit of the podcast is about, mate?
Well, yeah. So say that you've gone out, not necessarily gone out, but you've bought something.
Yep.
From the shops. We'd call that maybe a pickup.
Okay.
If you've sat down or stood and played a computer console or handheld device of any sort, we'd say that was you playing.
Oh, okay. I feel a bit stupid now.
So now you know. Why don't you give us your answers, Mark?
Oh, bollocks. All right. Okay.
Both.
That backfired. Okay. My pickup was from the lovely people over the Lock-On guys, Lost in Cult.
Ooh.
You see it? I don't know if you see it.
That's very pretty.
Yeah, it reminds me. It's very pretty. Very, very pretty.
It's thick.
THICC, triple C, quadruple C.
Look at that.
Wow.
Very nice production value all the way through. Lovely graphics and like loads of the lads.
Yeah.
You open this contents page, and it's like one of our bloody Patreon groups that I'm still trying to understand. There's like Laurie in there. There's some. Who else have we got? Andrew Dickinson, whoever that is.
That guy.
Nathan's in there, isn't he?
Nate's in here, yeah.
Is Ethan on there as well?
He is. So quite a lot of people.
Is Nate listed as Nate in that, by the way?
Actually, I think he is, yeah.
I think he is. Do you know what? I'm going to take credit for him calling himself Nate now. If you listen back to the very first podcast he was on, I very casually just called him Nate. And from that point on, he said, oh, actually, I like that.
Well,
I'm taking that.
It didn't work for Lewis and Prick, though, did it?
No, I never.
We'll get.
I've worked hard to get away from that name.
You've worked hard to get away from Pricks. Yeah. So this is content.
Prick. Lewis, yes.
Yeah. We'll keep going. It's really. I mean, the art is just something else in here. It really is beautiful.
When I've gone through mine, the art in it is ridiculously good. It's really cool. I think the production quality of it as well is insane. And to be brutally honest, if you go to Wardy's World and watch the video with John when he talks about it, literally is his brainchild of what he's been wanting to do for so many years. and he had to adapt it slightly to not be. I think at first he was like, I need to do medieval as like my first kind of journal. It's like, I don't really think you could do a journal just on medieval, but literally he's altered his idea and he's executed on it brilliantly. He's a fucking lovely guy as well. He's a pain in the arse when it comes to like game preservation, rightly so. But then in terms of his credentials and his acumen, there's no one better to talk about video games with. So yeah, made up, he's doing really, really well.
And it's exactly how I hoped it would be. You put that's the paperback version, same as me.
Oh yeah, I've only got the paperback. Yeah.
The weight of the paper and the feel of it, and that smell is like really kind of premium.
What sort of GSM are we talking?
Ben,
It is.
Wow.
I'm a bit disappointed. Oh, you've got the hardback, mate.
Yeah, mate.
Ooh,
Oh, beautiful.
that's even thicker. He's out thick, you.
He has outpicked me.
Not for the first time.
It's the girth.
Show us the tattoo again. It's almost a little bit disappointing. It doesn't say like the production details here, like paper and stuff, which is what you do get in your premium hardback sometimes.
It is gorgeous. The way they put things together, like the team needs to be massively, massively proud of it.
Yeah,
like
definitely.
Read it cover to cover, and it's stunning. But again, the guy's vision, like I said, it's phenomenal in terms of what he wants to try and do with it. Even the fact like it's 001. In terms of but the ambition to go like, you know what, we're going to make potentially 999 of these.
Yeah.
It's just the way he's always been built is to think forward and to try and go like, this is what I want to do. And like I said, as much as admittedly he says himself, he's a bit of a pain in the arse when it comes to his view on video games and how they should be preserved as art. He's got a heart of gold. So yeah, majorly chuffed that he's doing well with it.
I love how articulate he is and sort of explaining a point. I remember being on Game of the Year 2019 with John, and we both picked Luigi's Mansion, and I was like, hey, I just think it's just a really kind of good game, and I like it's just a cartoon, and it's just a lot of fun, and John was like, yeah, and it's like this really intricate Pixar movie, and went on for like 5 minutes, and I was like, thanks a lot, John, but like a fucking idiot. Yeah.
Is that why we never had him on again?
Yeah, I think so.
One of the main reasons, that and the fact his microphone was shite, but yeah, they're the only reasons why. But yeah, it's cool. Love it.
That's very cool.
The only minor criticism I've got is like this is really, really, really minor because it's a beautiful thing. But if they listen to this, I think it should have a bit of a mission statement right at the beginning about what Lock On is, what they believe in, and what they're looking to do. Because like they've got this first like editorial about PlayStation. But it just jumps straight into PlayStation. It doesn't tell you who this is, what they're about, and that would have been really nice.
I think that's a reasonable point actually, because I haven't been following it as closely as you guys, but because I'm a bastard. But I don't really understand what it is, and like I saw that PlayStation logo there, and I'm like, is it a PlayStation?
Well, yeah, journal? I mean that's exactly right. I started chatting with Andrew about it on Twitter when I came back from my hibernation. And just said, "Oh, this looks brilliant. Looks like you're doing a wonderful thing with this this journal thing." And he was like, "Oh, are you going to buy one?" I was like, "Well, not really interested in PlayStation that much. Not out of any spite. I just don't have a history with it. So why would I read a journal about PlayStation?" So fair enough. And then he said, "Oh, well, the next issue is going to have like Nintendo stuff in it." He said, "Oh, a bit of a tease for the future there," but it's not clear that would have been the case. So they do need a stronger mission statement that this is a video game journal rather than just a PlayStation journal, because it really does feel like that from this first issue.
I think you'd really do with a marketing person on board, couldn't they?
One with hair. I think the criticism I've got of the, like, again, very, very, very slight of it. It's like you've got a journal and it's like article. There's no structure to it. So when, even from like an Edge perspective, where it's like the most poncy version of a games mag, like you would expect, like this is the editorial, this is the way that the review section is, this is the kind of flashback. I was like hoping to get that in it, but in terms of like it was just like article. And to be fair, the guys have like pulled out the bag in terms of the actual content. I won't go into too much depth, but the quality of the writing in it is far better than any other publication by a, let's call them, indie journalist group. that I've seen, and that's not to be critical of the content. It's just it's factual. You know, they're not paying money, a lot of these people, for people that are going to write great content online. But yeah, I'd equally say it's probably as good as some of the written content, Mark, that you used to do on the website for us. Because like yours was like stellar, and I was putting like Mario Tennis out, and then yours was like fucking banging. So yeah,
Oh,
I mean,
I don't. Okay. Well, blushing. Oh no, it's in the sun.
yes, got the joke in. But yeah, it's it's gorgeous.
Yeah, I feel it's quite a good time to say that you should all look out for the Cross Players Journal Sock On coming out pretty soon, where we go into our favourite socks and just general photos of us wearing them. Argyle, sports sock,
Tube.
That's coming soon.
Tube
sock. Yeah.
Lots
Have
of
we got an initial date for the first one?
Yeah, 2025.
Q4. Yeah, Q4.
Yeah, but we'll accept donations now for that.
Yes,
So
yes.
check out our Kickstarter, Prickstarter.
That's it.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
That's the one. Details in the show notes or whatever.
So in terms of games, the only one I've picked up as a game is Axiom Verge 2, which we already mentioned. So looking forward to kicking on with that. Do you want me to do my played stuff now, Lewis, or come back to me?
On you go.
I've been playing this. We got granted a code for Doctor Who: The Lonely Assassins, which was released on Switch. I think on the oh god, I should have had that date ready.
It was yesterday, I think, the 12th.
I think it was yesterday. Yeah, and I think it came out on the 8th for the other consoles. So, started playing it yesterday with Christine, and we like a sort of puzzly sort of gang. We're both Doctor Who. We're both sort of mildly Whovian. She's more Whovian than me in that I will watch it and she'll be like, that's referencing when they put that coffee cup on the Dalek's head in episode blah blah blah, and I'm like, I just go yes, and then she goes, tricked you because that didn't happen. And I'm like, okay, all right. So yeah, we love our Doctor Who. This one, I don't know how familiar you guys are with the show at all, but this one is like on the back of the Blink story, which was a very famous David Tennant episode.
Is that the Stone people?
The Weeping Angels is the first one with the Weeping Angels.
Stone people.
It's
People.
the famous stone people of
Thank you.
of Easter Island. No. This was the Weeping Angels. They this was the first It was one of the first Stephen Moffat written episodes before he took over as the showrunner. So it's quite famous for that as well, and it's got a great story with the Weeping Angels. So this one, if you know that episode, this is already quite nice because it's referencing characters. It's actually got like found footage of some of the characters from the TV show as well. Sorry, you've distracted me there.
Sorry, I dropped my headphones and they fell on my foot. So.
No, I think someone's writing into the notes here as well.
Oh, are they? Okay.
Shut up, Mark, etc. You're Doctor Who nerd.
Looks like Ben.
So the game takes the format of like you're investigating a found phone. So someone who's gone missing, we've got their phone, and the character Osgood from the show is like your guide through your sort of guide to start you off and to show you how to navigate the phone and to explore and to solve. You're sort of solving basic puzzles. And you know what? It's been pretty good so far. It's actually been more atmospheric than I was expecting. There's a few moments where you're like searching through photographs or videos for clues and for information about the missing characters, and you'll get some of the Weeping Angels like flickering in and like things are glitching and going wrong with the phone. You're trying to work out why. So it actually feels quite atmospheric and interesting. Like Christine, being terrified of the Weeping Angels, was getting quite freaked out playing it as well, which is pretty cool. One thing I would say, it does feel like a game that would be played best in handheld. So we're playing it like couch play, so we can both play at the same time and solve the puzzles together. But it would work really well it feels like a sort of an iPad sort of game, or you're playing it on your Switch handheld, because there's a lot of like touch moving around the phone that would feel very intuitive. And it feels more intuitive than like moving a cursor around on the screen to select, like to click on like phone icons. So anyway, that's my initial impressions of Doctor Who Lonely. We probably played it for about half an hour so far, but I'll report back in future episodes when we've played a bit more of it.
It sounds good. I've never watched Doctor Who in my entire life.
My God, you look like most of the characters in it.
I don't even know if that's offensive.
No, well, it was supposed to be offensive. Yeah, so don't worry. But I do stay with the fucking, the red face. But no, man, it's a good show. Some of the writing is like, it can be really excellent, but it does vary because each episode is written by different people. But you've got episodes written by people like Douglas Adams back in the day, and like Neil Gaiman's written episodes and things like that. So you get quite sort of Stephen Moffat, Mark Gatiss, they write episodes. So yeah, it's a good show.
Brilliant.
Nice. Yeah, I've never really watched Doctor Who, and I don't know much about this game either. So I don't know if, I think it kind of lost me when you mentioned it was more of like an iPad or like a mobile game.
Well, it is working really, really well on the Switch, and it would work very well to play handheld on Switch. That's what I'm saying. It just also would work well on an iPad or a touch thing, because you're exploring a phone, and there is stuff happening like outside of the phone a little bit as well. But because you are like navigating through a phone and finding like text clues and video clues and things, that just feels like, well, why wouldn't you play that on a phone or an iPad? But so far it's working really well on Switch anyway. But I do get it. Like, why would you play it? Also, I think this is probably for Doctor Who fans, to be honest, because it is like, we're sort of thinking, oh, that's the character, blah, blah, blah. So if you haven't got that connection to the episode and to the episode Blink in particular and the Weeping Angels, then if you just think of them as the big stone guys of of Easter Island, then it's probably not so much for you. But if you enjoy that sort of game that's like a sort of puzzly found phone sort of experience, then yeah, it's probably pretty
Eamon in the chat is just asking, so why are the assassins lonely? Great question.
Why are they lonely? That is a great question. I'll have to report back. I'll get back to you.
TBC.
Yeah, TBC.
There we go.
Lovely. Okay, I think I'll go next. Not a massive update for me. In terms of games picked up, also Axiom Verge 2, as mentioned earlier on, but I've also backed my very first game on Kickstarter, and that is a game called Crowsworn.
Is he having a stroke?
That's a repetitive title.
There's
Wow.
always a chance. Just the first time I'd say it out loud. I didn't know where to emphasise. So its tagline is explore a grim fantasy world inhabited by men and monsters alike. In this action-packed Metroidvania inspired by Hollow Knight, Bloodborne, and Devil May Cry.
Ooh.
Now I've seen it. I think he's named Matthew Griffin, who did marketing for Team Cherry. Retweeted saying, "Oh, there's 1 hour left on the Kickstarter," and so I clicked on the link and had a look. And it's, think of Hollow Knight, but a Bloodborne style Hollow Knight game. And yeah, it looks, you'd be forgiven if you thought it was Hollow Knight DLC. It's very, very, very similar aesthetically, like in terms of what looks at the gameplay and just how it looks. But it was enough for me to splash £12, 20 Canadian dollars on a digital version of the game when it's released. It looks, and
That looks
they've
stunning.
done quite well. I think they've got like $1.2 million or $1 million US backed. So it's done quite well for itself. They've smashed through a load of targets. Just on the basis of the fact that it looks a lot like Hollow Knight, my expectations are quite high. But it does look very, very cool. But it's like end of 2022 that it's slated for release.
So
But
likely to be later than that, just based on
Probably.
Kickstarters and.
Yeah.
Okay.
Looks really cool. And I did kind of say, like, as soon as I backed it, I popped into the WhatsApp and said, back this, Mark. I think this is a you game. And I stand by that. I don't know if you had a chance to look at it.
I saw this on the notes and thought, Lewis is backing it. I'll take a look at it. And Crowsworn sounds like. Do I need to say it 5 times, or is that?
Please, just if you can just change the inflection each time.
Yeah, no, I clicked on it. I checked it out. It does look very Hollow Knight-esque, and yeah, it looks beautiful. I wish I had backed it, but I mean, I'll play. I'll buy it when it comes out if it's good.
Yeah.
Bit gutted.
Sensible.
Yeah, looking at the Kickstarter.
Yeah.
Looking
Fair
at the
point, you
Kickstarter,
bastard.
I was going to say you would have had to have pledged $100 Canadian dollars or more to get the physical copy.
Yeah,
but that
Steelbook as well.
But that's been upgraded to Steelbook, so $100 would have grabbed you that, and it was only, oh my god, there was 2,261 backers for that. That game.
It's a weird. I find it such a strange thing.
Such a weird platform. Yeah.
Kickstarter, like for something that could be shit or just never come out.
Yeah.
I've only backed games. I backed Always Legends because I'd played
Based on the original, right?
exactly. I played the original and thought, you know what, that was fantastic. I'd like to support these guys with their next project. So I'm keen to do that for sequels. If Darkest Dungeon, if the guys had said we need a Kickstarter, we didn't actually make buckets of money from the first one. That was just an illusion. We've moved it all overseas, into offshore accounts. We need more money. So can we have a Kickstarter, please? Then I probably would have just gone for it anyway, being an idiot.
So here's a good question for you. Based on what was the amount that Kickstarter raised?
1.2 million Canadian dollars.
So based on that, how much money do you reckon Mighty Number 9 raised on Kickstarter? Bearing in mind that fucking tanked as well. That was a terrible game. So how much does that raise?
And that's from a known developer.
Yeah, and it didn't come out for God no. Nobody knew when it was coming out. It was a nightmare for release.
I'm gonna guess 2 million.
2 million. Anyone else?
I'm gonna guess 3.5.
Oh, 3.8. Lewis
Wow.
takes it. Yeah, so pledged of 900,000 goals, 67,000 backers. With I'm just trying to look for the equivalent.
That's bizarre because you look at Mighty Number 9 and you think that game looks shit.
Yeah, so equivalent 99 pledge that they had 3,593 backers, which is insane. And that came with the T-shirt.
Wow.
The perks of Kickstarter are getting better, I think, with most providers. It's just, insane. $4 million.
Jesus.
Unreal.
Yeah.
Unreal.
I mean, this is the first one I backed, and I'm pretty happy. Just the look of it. It was enough for me to sink, and even if it is, like, if I don't see it for a couple of years, it's a tenner, you know.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
But I guess there are the folk, the 2,000 people or whatever, that have backed at 100. It's 100 Canadian dollars, so what?
So
that's like 60 quid or whatever that is.
The most expensive. Here's another good question. Most expensive pledge was 5,500 or more. That got you a physical copy with the steelbook, digital copy as well, access to beta builds, digital art book and PDF, digital wallpaper, soundtrack, physical art logo book, a plush, a T-shirt, and a design a real boss as well that you're going to be able to do. How many people back that?
15.
Handful.
5,500. 3 people backed it.
3 people, yeah. I was going to say 1. It's quite surprising that 3 people, yeah.
$5.5 grand.
Parents.
Yeah, it will be. It will be
It
friends
will
and
be,
family,
yeah.
won't it? Clubbing together.
Gotta be. You need to do that without Patreon.
The other problem that happens with Kickstarters is like it prevents the devs from moving on to other projects when it releases because they have all those stretch goals. So you get people like
Shovel Knight,
right? Bloodstained, several examples like that where they get locked into years of all those stretch goals, which are kind of a little bit throwaway. I mean, they seem lovely when you're reading it in text, but I'm not worried about like a boss rush mode or something for Bloodstained. I'd rather they were started working on, Ritual of the Night 2, please, something like that. Yeah.
Well, speaking of stretch goals, I have them here. So it was 125,000 Canadian dollars to fund it. So everything after that has been a stretch goal. So at 200,000 was a boss rush mode. This is all Canadian dollars. 275 was a nightmare mode, and that is a hardcore mode for players seeking extra challenges. 325,000 was Tribunal of the Damned, which is an arena of the undead. So fight hordes of enemies and bosses in a high-intensity arena combat. Onwards, gladiator! 375 Canadian dollars. Voice acting. 500k. Crow Cart. Wow, I never read this.
So that's pretty cool. So that's like, when we're reviewing games,
versions.
When we go, this would have been great if there was voice acting. They've obviously gone, well, look, we can put voice acting in it, but it's going to be X amount extra. Therefore, if we hit that goal, I think that's a pretty cool way of doing it.
Yeah.
Like if there was like an online multiplayer, but obviously to build out the net code, then we need to get someone in to do that. We need to pay them. Let's make that the next stretch goal. I like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, Lewis, did you back this like after the indie world when you were probably like in deep, like crying and?
No, I backed this on.
There was no Silk song. Give me Silk.
You clown.
Give me Silk.
I
It's spotted.
backed it on. I backed it on
I
the
would've-
11th,
I would have backed
Okay.
this, to be fair. I had seen
2
it.
days ago.
Yeah, I would have backed it. I think you shared it in the WhatsApp group, and I should have backed it at that point.
I did, but it was like really close to finishing. That's like
Yeah.
I think I remember seeing it a little while ago, and then forgetting all about it, and it was just chance that I was on Twitter and didn't just scroll past everything like what I normally do, and clocked it. So yeah, jumped in and backed it. Yeah, so a load of other stretch goals. Steelbook came in at 750k. Animated cutscenes were at 1 million, and then an alternative end once they broke 1.2, and then everything on top of that's just gravy. So yeah,
Nice.
looking forward to that coming out. And I've not really played anything. I finished Metroid Fusion, which I was happy with. Started playing Grindstone again. That's about it.
Nice.
Nothing else really from me. Ben?
Ooh. I have picked up Pyre on the PS4.
Ooh.
Obviously, Hades is getting a lot of love and attention at the moment, coming to the other consoles. So I was just kind of went down a rabbit hole of watching all the no-clip documentaries on Supergiant. Just watched the one on Pyre. It was on sale. It went down from £15 to about a £5. And you can only get it on PS4 or Steam, I think. So I thought I'd take a punt on that. And it just looks like a very cool game. It's slightly bit of a departure from Bastion and Transistor and even Hades. It's kind of got a sort of a sports kind of element to it. I think they describe it as almost like NBA Jam. But it's got this kind of so the big thing that they give a shit about at Supergiant is the failure state of all of their games. Like they don't want you to just die and then just okay, now you have to restart. So failing in a game means like one of your team can't like reach their goal of like retiring, like I don't know, to the afterlife or whatever it might be. So there's like an emotional stake to the game, which it just sounds really interesting, and completely trust them, having loved Hades obviously and very, very much enjoyed Bastion. Just thought I want to fill out the collection.
Yeah, that's. I mean, I've heard of Pyre, but it's not like you hear. Obviously, you hear a lot about Hades, and you also hear a good chunk about Bastion and Transistor, but Pyre not so much.
I think it's just because it's stuck on the PS4.
Yeah, not on Switch, is it?
No, it's strange. And I kind of
Why
thought
do we think that is? Why is it not coming to Switch?
they must have just done some deal
Yeah.
with Sony,
Okay.
I imagine, for that particular release. But I've kind of always thought, surely it'll come to Switch, surely it'll come to Game Pass. But at that price, at a £5, I thought, okay, even if it does, I'm not going to be too pissed off because, you know, I'll have played it and it's only £5. So quite happy with that. Also picked up the Orange Box.
Right. How did you manage that?
How?
Yes.
So
'Cause I've tried to do it,
right.
and I've been unable to.
So on my phone, I had to go to, I think it's the US version of Xbox.com and find it there, and then pay in US dollars, and then go onto my Xbox, find it in the store, and then download it because it
Right,
says
okay.
I've already purchased it.
Yeah.
Because it's a bit of a faff. I had the same thing with
Really is,
Daytona
yeah.
a couple of weeks ago, and it was really pissing me off. I was like, I just want to buy this game, but you're not letting me buy this game. So yeah, it's a bit. If anyone else is having that same problem, that's the way you do it, basically. But yeah, obviously I've never played any of those games on the Orange Box, so you know, it's just sort of filling out the collection a little bit. Not sure when I'll get round to Half-Life, but yeah, it's obviously one of those one of those games you should play. Half-Life 2 and Portal, obviously.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Just before you go in, Pyre was exclusive to PS4 and PC.
Yeah.
There you go. So
that's correct. And then finally, I also picked up, and Dan's going to love me for this, I picked up Final Fantasy VII Remake.
Oh, it's arrived.
Oi, oi.
That was quick.
Oi, oi.
That was quick.
Yeah. So thanks to Alex, who posted this on Discord. It was £20 on Amazon. If anyone's listening, by the way, and isn't on our Discord, join just so that you don't miss out on bargains like this. So it's £20.
If you're not on Discord and enjoy spending money.
Exactly. So I got the version, like the digital version, as part of PS Plus a few months ago. But I obviously, as we discussed last week, I've let my subscription lapse. And I noticed that yesterday when I was clearing out the PS4, I was like, there's a little thing next to it to say I can't play it. I was like, do you know what? I'll just buy it physically. And then, fuck you, subscription. So that's it. That's it for pickups. In terms of played, I haven't played a lot this week. I have dabbled in a bit of Art of Rally, which came out on a couple of days ago. I think I've heard some stuff about the Switch version being less than optimal. Quite a lot of popping and runs like a bastard apparently. So hopefully they'll patch that. But I've been playing it on the Xbox Series S, and it is sublime. It's gorgeous. I haven't got very far into it. I only played about an hour. But you're just driving around, kind of lonely mountains, downhill-ish, kind of low poly graphical style. You look like you're going to ask something, Lewis.
No, I was going to agreeing with you. I've installed it onto my Series S. So looking forward to jumping in. I don't know if you want to touch on it, but I have heard it has an iffy performance.
I thought I did touch on it.
I think you said it had itchy performance on Switch. Is it also iffy on Xbox?
No, it's flawless on the Xbox.
Okay.
Is it? Okay.
It runs really well. Yeah, I think the Switch version is just, not optimized properly yet.
Okay.
Hopefully they will. But yeah, it runs really well. Looks great. Good fun. Online leaderboards. Lots of achievements and things to unlock if you're into that sort of thing.
Get a head start, Ben. Get a head start.
There's no need. It's no competition. But probably the main thing I've played this week, and in my relentless pursuit of making Mark buy an Xbox, I've played Curse of the Dead Gods on Game Pass. Mark your calendar.
That would work for me if it wasn't on the Switch like the one you had last time with Death's Door, which is the exclusivity aspect of it. Makes me think, you know what, £20 a month, I could probably stretch to that. But because the day I'll just wait for a sale, grab that on Switch.
Okay, but if you're paying £20 a month, you wouldn't have to wait for a sale because it would be part of the £20 a month. Anywho, the game itself, if I had to describe it in a lazy, hacky way, I would say
quite aggressive seller, Ben.
It's not very nice, is it?
Well, I did call him one of the creatures from Doctor Who.
That was just playful.
I hate you. I would describe it as Hades meets Darkest Dungeon, probably.
Oh, God.
There is
I see what you're doing.
Clever bastard.
So obviously it's got that isometric hack and slash view. So that's very much. I mean, and when you first look at it, you think this is a Hades clone because you're going from room to room, trying to unlock, whatever boon or power up is in that particular room. But there's a couple of interesting sort of gameplay elements to it. So there's a light and dark mechanic. So obviously that's kind of borrowed from Darkest Dungeon. So you take a lot more damage when it's dark. So you've got this kind of trade-off. So the A button will literally light your torch, but obviously when you're holding your torch, you can't swing your weapon. So if you're in a fight, you have to kind of put your torch away, get your sword or your hammer